Hey guys, hey guys, hey guys, hey, 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 hey. Hey everybody, it's Zach. Welcome back to my channel, and today I am getting some guidance, getting some inspiration from our girl, Foodie Booty, Chantal Marie, Chantal Show, Flobby Bobby, Big Beautiful Me, XYZ, whatever we're calling her today. She's my inspiration for this video. I'm not necessarily going to be talking about her, but the reason she's my inspiration is, look what I got, y'all. Y'all are going to hate me so much. Literally nobody requested this video, but this is what I have. These noodles that she ate in her ASMR video. After she did it, I was just like, I gotta try this. I'm such a troll. I'm gonna be so petty. We're gonna eat some fire noodles before people get started, because this is hot chicken flavor ramen, and I do want to emphasize, because I am a vegetarian who sometimes eats fish. If you want to call me a pescatarian, that's fine as well. Whatever floats your boat. I am all of those things. So I just want to emphasize that it's flavor. I did check the ingredients. There's no actual chicken. It's just chicken flavor. Maybe by some byproduct, maybe that has some animal something or another in it. That's fine. Okay, so drag me in the comments if you want. But for myself personally, I'm okay with that. And I've never had a problem with cheese, although it's also cheese flavor and not actual cheese. I got these and I was gonna do the 2 packages like Homegirl did, but y'all, one package of these is 550 calories. Sis right here, she's not trying to lose weight by any means, although I am doing the 100 days of weighing in challenge on my Instagram stories, so go check that out. I also have a little highlight reel on my profile if you want to go check that out. Y'all, 550 calories, if I had 2 of these, that's over half of my like daily calories that I allow myself. And your girl also ate sushi last night, so I ain't got time. So I did cook it up though. I got some chopsticks. I'm maybe mildly a little bit better at using chopsticks. Oh, why is it all congealed? Girl, what? I may be mildly more capable of using chopsticks, but I will say I'm not good at it. Like, I don't want to give you any misconceptions, but I'm able to use them. It's fine. Also, drag me for that in the comments. So I figured I'll eat these, and we can also answer some questions from this Q&A that I asked y'all to do. So let me first get a try, and then I'm just gonna casually look through the questions. I'm not gonna get to everything, unfortunately, so my apologies. And I'm also gonna try to jump around and answer questions that I've maybe not answered on my channel before. So I will link to my 2 other Q&As that I've done ever down below. If you wanna go check those out, some of your questions might get answered. A lot of common questions about like how I got involved in watching Amber Lynn are in those videos. Questions about my own weight, some of my questions about like my personal life, things like that are in those. But I'm gonna try to answer some new things just to switch it up. So let's try this out. Now the thing about ramen, I know it's kind of gross to listen to Chantal eat it, but like ramen is supposed to be like slurped and things like that. It's like not necessarily a pretty food to eat from my experience. I'll try to cut out things that are too gross, because I know that's not everybody's tea. Y'all, I didn't get a paper towel or anything. I also don't have any water, so give me just a second. Okay. Now listen, it's spicy, but your girl likes spice, so it's fine. I'm gonna need some water, and also I'm gonna have to wipe my face because that's messy. One of the first questions, most popular questions on the little community tab posts that I made was, what is the story behind the purple bedazzled paddle? There is a story. I don't know how exciting it is or not, but I have promised that once I get to 50,000 subscribers, I will tell you everything you need to know about that paddle. I'll tell you everything you ever wanted to know. We'll make a whole video about it. I'll take questions about it. What kinds of things you want to know, I'll give you the tea. But only when we get to 50,000 subscribers. The next question comes from Melissa S. And she says, how has YouTube changed your offline life, both positively and negatively? There's been a lot of positives. I would say the negatives are very few and far between. But positively, like, I've had the opportunity to really catch up on other areas of my life, at least financially. I really appreciate having this as a side hustle. I don't take any of your views for granted. I don't take any of the support that people give me through super chats and things like that for granted. And it's really helped me go and catch up on things like my student loans and things like that, and like has helped me live the life that I would like to live in Chicago, and that's something that like I'm super grateful for. It's also just like helped me have an outlet for things that aren't related to work. I've really struggled in my adult life post being in school, finding like a good hobby outside of work, and for a long time work was my life. And so now I think I have this as a good like alternative to just like constantly working all the time, and that being really like my identity. I think in terms of negative stuff, I mean, it's hard to say, but like, I think the most awkward thing, I don't even know if negative is the word, but awkward thing is when folks who know me personally and know I have a YouTube channel, they will like bring it up at parties and things like that, and I'm like, ooh, this is awkward. Like, I just like don't like to talk about myself in that kind of way. Obviously, I want to promote my channel and I want to be successful and things like that. But when I'm in like my personal life, hanging out with friends and stuff and meeting new people, I always feel mildly uncomfortable when like my friends will introduce me to other people as like having a YouTube channel and being YouTube famous. So it always makes me mildly uncomfortable, and I guess that's like the only negative thing that immediately comes to my mind. This is actually really good, but it's also like awkward eating it on camera and trying to acknowledge that like I know some of y'all don't like the Slurpee noises. Love Bloom says, you seem really confident in your videos. Have you always been confident? If not, what helped you gain that? I love your videos and personality. I think that's so interesting because I see a lot of YouTubers get questions like that in Q&As. And honestly, truly, I think confidence is something that is easy to portray on the internet and things like that. I'll say I haven't always felt confident. I've grown up, like I was bullied. Bullied is maybe a strong word, but people picked on me a lot. Like, people picked on me for being fat. People picked on me for being gay, being effeminate, XYZ things. And so I think that did cause me to be less confident in myself. But I think what helped me gain confidence, and what I think I still work on every day, is like acknowledging the things that I do well and putting that at the forefront. And really, I think confidence also takes time in just being able to figure out who you are, what you believe in, and like integrating that into your daily life, and being proud of those things that you integrate into your daily life. So I don't think that happens overnight or is necessarily something that you can just like gain, but it does involve being willing to be honest with yourself about things that you need to do better, and also being honest with yourself and listening to the other people around you. As many people as I had picking on me and things like that, I also had people who were lifting me up, telling me what I was good at and the things that they liked about me. And I think for a long time, I wouldn't let myself believe those things because of what other people said, you know? So I think you also have to believe the people who are there shining good into your life. But honestly, it doesn't happen overnight. I'm 30 years old. I still am not confident about a lot of things in my life. I think a lot of people can portray something online that isn't necessarily what they experience in their day-to-day life. A couple people right next to each other here, Jean Garcia and Sarah Forney, both asked things about hobbies that I have outside of YouTube. And I think I have, to some extent, answered this before in another video, but I really enjoy musical theater or theater in general. I go to a lot of shows with my boyfriend here in Chicago. I even ran into a subscriber one time at a show. And so I really love that. And right now, this summer, I'm playing in a gay softball league. If you haven't been following me on Instagram, where I've documented that, that has been a whole journey. So I do have some other hobbies that I'm working on outside of YouTube. I think that like the thing I said earlier about needing hobbies outside of work has pushed me to try new things. I'm still very happy with just coming home, making YouTube videos and playing with Judy. But I do want to have more of an identity even than just YouTube or just my job or things like that. So I have been trying to branch out, but those are two that come to mind right away. Ooh, no. She got me. I got this runny nose. Cheers. Rachel TMC asks, what does my boyfriend think of my YouTube fame? And you'd honestly probably have to ask him, but based on the things that he said to me, I started doing YouTube like really full force around the time that I also started dating him. And he has just always been very supportive of me like pursuing it. He is very proud that I'm passionate about something like YouTube, that I put a lot of energy into it. He himself works in like the entertainment industry and also does some stuff with film and things like that. And so I think that he really appreciates that it's something that happens in my life. And he has always been very supportive of me doing it. Jojo Dancer says, what is your genealogy? How did your family migrate here? I have no idea how my family migrated here. My genealogy is that my mom's side is 100% German, so I'm 50% German. And then my dad's side of the family, they don't really know a lot about. They have a lot of questions because my grandpa on my dad's side was adopted. So that whole branch we don't know a lot about. And then I think my grandma, she wasn't adopted, but it's along the same lines of like, who knows? So I've always been telling people that I'm 50% mutt and 50% German. Now, what I will say about that is that those things don't really influence my life a lot. Like my mom's side of the family like doesn't really celebrate a lot of German customs or traditions. So I didn't grow up celebrating a lot of those things. So I don't really take a lot of merit into what that means for me. I also like think that the 23andMe and Ancestry.com DNA test things, I think they're stupid because really I think what you learn about yourself and your culture and your genealogy is more so about the things that you do within your culture that make you those things, right? So even if I found out that I was like Irish or something, I've never celebrated anything Irish. Irish culture has never influenced me, right? And so why do I care that like 15% of me might be Irish? I don't. I really don't. I really, truly don't. Emily R. asks, as a young professional, are you ever concerned about your career while posting these videos? I don't know. I think there definitely have been times that I think anytime you put anything on social media that you need to be concerned how that'll impact other areas of your life, and that's something I've never really tried to take for granted. I've always had that in the back of my mind. And I think when I started doing YouTube, one, it was a lot of my coworkers that encouraged me to start a channel, and two, my supervisor and people like that knew, and they also knew that I wasn't like 100% happy at work, and I think that they appreciated me having some kind of outlet to enjoy myself, let go, release some stress, etc. outside of my day-to-day job. It's hard to say what people could or couldn't take away from my channel and if they would appreciate it or not. And so truly, like, I don't stress out too much about it, and I feel confident in the things that I'm putting on YouTube, that if somebody really truly cared about my channel in that way, then I feel like I'd be able to defend what I'm doing, right? So I'm not too concerned about it, but it is something that I think like everybody should have in the back of their mind in terms of what they do or do not post on social media. Ooh. Do Not Come For Me asks, if you were straight, would you have kissed Chantal if your life depended on it? And I certainly wouldn't. Absolutely not. Not one day. Not if I was straight. Not if I was still gay. Not if I was asexual, bisexual, pansexual. No. Well, I don't like kissing mostly anyways. I don't know. I have a weird thing about personal touch. I kiss my boyfriend. Don't worry about that. No stress. But like, no, absolutely not. Jada H says, I want to know what else you watch on YouTube channels. topics, etc. besides our girl and the Dollar Tree moms? Great question. Let me just get another bite. I watch a lot of stuff related to Drag Race and drag queens. I'm wearing a shirt from Auntie Chan. She's a local Chicago queen, and she has a YouTube channel called IMHO, or In My Homosexual Opinion, and she does it with another Chicago drag queen named Dixieland Cartwright. I think they're hilarious. I love them both. So I'll link them down below. I do watch a lot of moms. I watch, one thing you might think is weird is I watch a channel called The Meticulous Manicurist, and she does pedicures and removes like, not ingrown toenails, but like really compacted like dead skin and stuff from people's big toes, and it really relaxes and calms me. I thought I was gonna be okay. I need a new paper towel because, whew, I only have like a little bit left. Yeah, I don't know. I'm always open to new things. I think one thing that I will say is that I recognize I can't watch Chantal and Amberlynn forever. And I can't make videos about them forever. At some point, like, they're gonna not be well. I don't know how to say this because I want to say it with sensitivity, but like, I'm genuinely at a place where I'm concerned that one or both of them are gonna die from health-related issues, and I don't want to still be making videos about them if and when that happens. I started watching Amberlynn and making videos about Amberlynn when she was a solid 100 pounds lighter than where she's at right now. I don't know that I ever knew that it was gonna get to this place, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know that she was truly not gonna ever get better. And I think I really feel this way because of that dumb, stupid Japanese candy food video. Like, can people eat those candies occasionally? Yes, but girl, you are at a place where that is not viable anymore. That's like not a thing that you can just joke around and willy-nilly put onto the internet. And so, I don't know. I all of that to say is like, I'm willing to do some reaction videos to other YouTubers. I'm willing to expand and go out. That's not saying I'm done officially right now today doing Amberlynn and Chantal videos, but like, I can't be there. I can't, I don't want to, I won't be there when homegirl dies from health-related issues. I can't. So, let me know some other weird, niche, cringe videos that you want me to react to. I'm not necessarily also, like, I've always hesitated to ask these things because y'all always offer all of these people who are just fat but not cringy. And I'm like, I'm not just trying to react to fat people. Like, fat people exist every day and they're not Amberlynn. Fat people exist every day and they're not Chantal, right? Like, there are fat people out there that do normal things, lead normal lives. Chantal and Amberlynn are not those things, right? So don't just suggest fat people for me to watch. I want to watch some cringy things, you know? I love some trash YouTube, some cringe YouTube, so let me know down below. Morgan Warren asks, where is a place you've wanted to travel but haven't? The UK, London. I would love to go. So get me there, book me there. Whoever's gonna help me take this trip to London, let me know. Struggling to get this little last bit. Ooh, I really actually do like this. I don't know if I like it for 550 calories, but it's not bad. And it's a little spicy, but like no worse than spice that I would do on any other dish. I can't get this last bit with chopsticks. We're calling it a day. Let me answer just a couple more questions because I finished the noodles, but I haven't finished thinking about y'all. Somebody, and by somebody, I mean Yolanda is Yolanda, that's the name of the user, says, does the crime rate and violence in Chicago scare you? I used to live there, so I know that it doesn't affect Chi-Town people like it does non-Chi residents. Oh, and she asked a lot of other questions, but I'll focus on that because a lot of people have asked me before about how I feel about violence in Chicago. And I think the thing is that like, one, there truly is violence in a lot of cities everywhere. I used to also live in the St. Louis area, and St. Louis per capita has a very high percentage of violence and gun violence and murders for how big it is. I think that Chicago gets a bad rap for it for whatever reason. I will say that, like, I have a lot of privilege in living in the city. I'm a white man. If I don't open my mouth, I pass as straight, I think. I don't know. I've not experienced the violence myself. That's not to say that I don't know people who haven't, like, had their phones stolen, gotten mugged, things like that. But I just think it happens everywhere, and I think it's a much larger problem than just Chicago, and there's a lot of things that we have to figure out about it. So I think it's an issue, yes, but I think that there's a lot of things that I can't unpack just in this video, and I think a lot of people love living in Chicago, and there are lots of great reasons to live here. There's one last question here that's about Judy. It comes from Pixels82. She says, I adore Judy and you, of course, and would love to have a dog of my own, but I've never been able to because of work. How do you fit Judy's needs around your work commitments, and what is your routine with her? Yeah, I don't put a lot of Judy on my channel outside of, like, here and there in a live stream. I will say that she's an older dog, and I intentionally adopted an older dog because I think some of their needs are certainly different, and they have other unique things about them. But in terms of, like, her day-to-day life, she's pretty chill. I take her out at a minimum 3 times a day, usually before I go to work, and then when I get home from work, and then also once at least before I go to bed at night. And that has worked out well for her. We usually go on, like, a longer walk for at least one of those walks, and then for the other ones I at least go around 1.5 blocks or 2 blocks just to get her out. She is pretty active actually when we go outside, so she loves a long walk, even though when we're just chilling at home she doesn't have a lot of energy whatsoever. So I don't know what that says. I'm not a dog expert, but I think the only thing that has really changed in my own personal routine as a result of her is that, like, I'm constantly thinking about her. When I'm at work, I think about her. I have to sometimes adjust my schedule so I can't just go straight after work to go hang out with people. I have to make plans to come home, take care of her, things like that. But none of these things really bother me. I think, like, if you really want a dog, you can find a way to make it work, or, like, wait until you're in a position that you can do that. That's my video for today. I hope you all enjoyed it. I know that this is maybe not interesting or entertaining to some people, but I just wanted to give it a chance to answer some questions for folks, and also eat those stupid noodles and connect with you all. You're always welcome to DM me on Instagram if you have any questions, and always, I do try to comment to questions on my YouTube videos. I don't get to all of them, but I do try, so I'm happy to connect with you in other ways. You can tweet me, email me, whatever, and we can chat. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe down below. Hit the bell button so you get a notification every single time I go live on my channel. Also, leave some comments, hit like, and follow me on all of my social media. I had so much fun today, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!